All right, are we recording?
All right, this is officially our first episode for the Guys and You podcast.
Yeah,
Guys
we are.
and You.
Yeah, welcome to the Guys and You podcast. First episode.
So glad to be here.
So excited. I don't know if you can hear it in all of our monotone voices that we're so excited.
Yeah.
Ironically, we have to set our microphones to record in monotone.
Do we
Monotone?
really?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
That's
and
actually
then we
crazy.
export it into stereo.
I don't even
Wow.
pretend to
Okay.
understand what you just said.
It's okay, Matt. That's
Yeah,
why
he's
I'm
got
the
it
guy
all
behind
under
the
control.
computer.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's the brains of the operation.
We need to all stop talking over each other because I'll actually go crazy.
Okay.
All right. Well, the first topic.
Yeah, what do we want to...
The first topic is I've been itching to talk about Bill Maher talking about cryptocurrency for like the past 2 hours.
You have the floor.
Oh my God. So, Bill Maher did a... Okay, so who is Bill Maher? Bill Maher is a late night comedy TV show guy, right? Like Trevor Noah, John Oliver. He's what boomers watch after a long day at the coal mines, right? And so he's talking about, hey, cryptocurrency is stupid. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh? A boomer doesn't like something that's new? Like all the people who are like, nerds are stupid because computers are stupid. Those people who are now like working at
You're
McDonald's.
never going to have a calculator with you all the time. What are you talking about,
If you don't have
Matthew?
your multiplication table memorized, you actually can't get throughout
You
your
will
day of life.
fail in society.
If who in their world is going to have access to all of the information at any given time in their pocket? That's witchcraft. Okay.
Yeah, ridiculous.
So, God, hate. I don't hate old people because hate is a strong word. But anybody who's collecting Social Security deserves to not be alive.
That's a strong statement.
That also feels like a strong statement.
I could say stronger statements.
I feel like you should rein it in. We are like 5 minutes into the first podcast.
We are 2 minutes into the first
Just
episode.
to let you know, that is Tim talking.
Oh,
And
yeah, we haven't introduced ourselves.
Yeah, I guess
We should introduce ourselves.
we should introduce.
We're
it.
the worst
Do you
podcast.
want to start the podcast?
No,
over
it's
again?
fine.
No.
We'll do it live, okay?
First rule of the podcast is we don't refer to the podcast. No? Anyway, okay, so me, the one who sounds kind of like a metrosexual, I'm Timothy.
Yeah, and I, the guy that's probably gonna mumble a lot, is Pat.
And I, the brains of this operation, the one that put this all together, the mics that these people are using,
Yeah.
the software that I had to configure,
Excuse me,
and
I
the
put the
house
mics
that
up.
they're in, the air that they're breathing. I'm Lee.
Oh, okay, cool. I like how you took all that credit and you're just not the easiest friend to bully into starting everything. But that's okay.
What are you talking about?
Anyway, so Bill Maher. Okay, he's like a sheep herder for boomers. Anyway, so Bill Maher's like cryptocurrency spat. Well, what does he say? So he's talking. So the first attack that he makes on cryptocurrency that infuriates me is he's like, "There's Bitcoins, Ethereum, Tether, all very respectable cryptocurrencies." But then he's like, "There's even one named Cumrocket."
Now that's something. Come rocket to the moon, baby.
You know, it has the word rocket. What could go wrong? And you can see what that attack is trying to do. He's trying to delegitimize the space by saying there's stupid people in the space, right? It's the same thing you can do with any argument, right?
Yeah.
So name a topic, and then you can name a person who abuses the space, right? Even if from guns to vaccines, you can be like, well, somebody died in the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, so nobody should take it.
Yeah.
No, that's not how that works.
It's
So-
a straw man argument.
It's a straw man argument to the definition. Of course, he's just trying to be funny, but God, it infuriates me because you know these people that are sitting there just like drinking at this man's cow udders of information. And so I'm sitting here, and so cryptocurrency is a decentralized technology. Anybody can create a cryptocurrency coin. So obviously, some people are going to create bad coins. Bitcoin is just the original coin. It doesn't really do too much, but it's the original coin that everybody's familiar with. Ethereum was the first cryptocurrency that had a use case. You could actually do a thing with it. Smart contracts. Smart contracts allow you to build decentralized applications, or dApps is what they're called. Anyway, Bill Maher, he's talking about Cumrocket. As if whatever team is somehow representative of the entire cryptocurrency space. Moving on. So then he talks about, he's like, well, the financial system has some problems, right? But we all knew it was based off of something. It had a worth, cue boomer laugh track, right?
Yeah.
Well, no, I disagree, Bill, because our dollars, whatever you want to call it, I can't speak, is fiat currency. Your dollar is only worth $1 because the United States government says it's worth $1.
And then we all agree that's worth $1.
And then we all agree that it's worth $1. So like Dogecoin, right? Because he attacks Dogecoin, right? Because it's a popular meme.
Yeah.
He's like, it was worth a joke, and now it's
Dogecoin.
got the market cap of Kraft food. Okay, no. The coin can be whatever we say it is, right? If there's more demand for the dollar grows in strength compared to other currencies. Like if you get into Forex trading, which don't because it's a scam. Anybody who's telling you about Forex, like I'm scamming you now by telling you to look into Forex trading.
Oh boy.
The Scam Podcast.
The scam the podcast name should have been The Scammers.
That's kind of edgy, bro.
I think
never mind. Okay, well,
Guys
Scrap
and
that
You
idea.
is a good one.
guys is okay. Well,
Which I am the sole creator of that name.
I can't even delve into how wrong you are because I'm on the rant of Bill Maher right now.
Okay.
I am so coming after that man's booty that if I don't finish this topic, I'll literally bring it up the entire hour-long podcast.
Okay, go on.
So he talks about Dogecoin being a joke. Again, a free decentralized platform that anybody can create. And he's like, it's got the market cap, me. And he's like, that's what was wrong in the 2008 financial crisis. No. Incorrect, Billy. Poor Bill doesn't understand how the financial crisis happened. But I'm not even going to pretend like I understand all the intricacies of the 2008 financial crisis.
Yeah,
but
I
I
know nothing.
guarantee it wasn't because free people were deciding on how to make new exchanges of currency.
Yeah, I don't think it was just people were like, oh, let's make this coin called Doge because Doge is popular in 2012, and then bam,
Yeah.
financial crisis.
Well, it was a bunch of people lying about what a house's value is.
Yeah.
Everybody who does cryptocurrency that knows a little bit about cryptocurrency knows that the price is kind of arbitrary, just like a stock's price. And that's what infuriates me because he's like, well, look at this famous old guy and look at this quote from him. So he talks about Warren Buffett, right? He's like, well, Warren Buffett says that cryptocurrency, all you do with cryptocurrency is, buy it, and then you hope somebody else will buy it at a higher price than you. And then they have the same problem. So why would you buy cryptocurrency? As if that's not how gold works for the past forever, as long
That's
as
how
gold has been used.
works. That's how stocks works.
Most
That's how-
stocks work that way. And people are like, well, valuations. No. A stock is worth how much somebody is willing to pay for it.
Yeah.
Like a house isn't worth a house isn't worth $1 million if nobody's willing to buy it for $1 million. Now it has like a basic use that you can do with it. And then that was the next point that he tried to argue. He's like, well, cryptocurrency doesn't do anything. Some cryptocurrencies don't do anything. Dogecoin is literally designed to just tip people on Reddit. I don't even use Reddit. But Ethereum you can build actual other decentralized applications on it. dApps, right? I mean, I use the Brave browser. That's an actual internet browser like Google, right? And you can actually look stuff up on it. And it revolutionizes the advertising model for businesses. The possibilities are endless for cryptocurrencies, and it's old people who don't understand how it works that are saying, it's going to cause a problem. And then he goes on to talk about, well, hey, Bitcoin is bad for the environment. And I'm like, oh no. It's this argument.
I have start to hear this argument lately.
It's literally just so that the government can be like, not everybody should be
Yeah.
doing this.
Not
because
really,
it interferes with our responsibility.
The only way that it's bad for the environment is based off what the electricity making it is based off. So as long as our energy grid was green energy, it wouldn't matter.
Well, and that's what he talks about. He says Bitcoin single-handedly can push us 2 degrees Celsius up. I don't necessarily know what that means.
I don't know if there's that many Bitcoin miners.
Well, there's a ton, and they use a ton of electricity.
Yeah.
But what people don't understand is that it's like 80% of all Bitcoins are mined in China. Well, why? It's not because the Chinese are just good with computers. It's because they overbuilt their dams, their hydroelectric dams. So energy is really, really, really cheap over there. Well, cheap energy is the main cost of mining Bitcoin is how much energy. So 80% is mined over there because all of these overbuilt hydroelectric dams have all this extra power that people were like, well, if we have extra power that's like 0.0001 pennies per kilowatt hour of power, then bada bing, bada boom, you have cheap energy to mine Bitcoin with. So majority of, I think it's like 70% of all Bitcoin is mined with carbon zero energy. So your hydroelectric dams, your thermal energy that you get, solar panels, things of that nature. And he just keeps going on and on and on about why it's so bad and why it's like the crashes. And my problem is I don't have a problem with people critiquing Bitcoin. I have a problem with people critiquing cryptocurrency and then inferring that something should be done about it, because you know what he's trying to do. He's trying to get it banned. He's trying to say that Bitcoin should be banned or you shouldn't participate in it. Like, imagine if there was a decentralized protocol, cough, cough, the internet, and people were like, well, think about it. Two people that were anonymously talking to each other? That sounds dangerous. I don't think you should participate in it. Imagine if the United States took that approach to the internet.
Oh, God.
Imagine if we were like North Korea and we were like, we don't need the internet. You know what country doesn't have the internet? North Korea.
Yeah.
Imagine in the future if we're the only country that doesn't have cryptocurrency, or if we're behind. Because once you're behind, and you'll never catch up. Mm-hmm. And that's my rant about why Bill Maher is wrong about cryptocurrency. Because, God, it made me so angry when I watched it this morning.
Got it. Okay, but now that we're done with the lame stuff, hey-o, maybe we can move on to something else. Anybody got any topics?
I like how we're thinking about topics now because we're so bad at planning.
We all came unprepared. Thank you, everybody, to coming and listening to the Guys and You podcast.
Well, I feel like it's more spontaneous to come up with stuff on the spot, you know?
I agree. Well,
it's fresh.
I think
it's not scripted.
You guys are trying so hard, and because I know how you guys act, I know how hard you're trying.
I'm not trying hard.
You're trying so hard right now.
No think up in here, my guy.
CKLB can't even speak words right now.
Oh,
I can't
his name is
words.
Patrick.
Anytime. Oh yeah,
Ooh.
Lee. Are you trying to dots me, motherfucker?
Now you have to take a shot.
You have to take a shot of spicy ramen.
You have to take a shot of spicy ramen. I like how you have to add the sound effect. Because we're too poor to buy free sound effects online.
The next thing
we can just make our own sound effects. I can just sit over here and be like, "Badoop."
Okay.
Our budget's low.
We are working on a budget, people.
This is the worst investment we've ever done. No. Okay. I think an interesting thing for us to talk about, that I have been dying to talk about for a while,
has to do something with cryptocurrency.
The second thing that I've been wanting to talk about, that I've been dying to talk about for a while, Smash Bros. And the rise of esports
popular
gaming.
game that
we're all familiar with.
You're not familiar with cryptocurrency?
Cryptocurrency
I could not
rant.
say that I am.
Okay, that's fine. Let me go into it and I'll get you familiar.
Damn it.
I feel like
we'll table that discussion.
Yeah, we'll table that for later.
We'll table your discussion.
Probably like a few episodes just dedicated to you talking about crypto.
Honestly, I am so knowledgeable about this topic.
But yeah.
And so not knowledgeable at the same time. It's actually crazy.
Matt, why don't you just become a day trader, you know?
Because day trading is stupid.
Explain.
Explain why day trading is actually stupid?
Explain.
Because if you assume wrong in the markets, if you're like, oh, it's going to go up instead of down, but then it goes down, you just lose money.
So that's when you don't understand why you can't day trade. That's when, if you don't understand day trading, that's what you say.
Oh,
that's literally I don't know how day trading works exactly, so I'm gonna make up what you would assume is wrong with it.
I did make that up. Yes.
Yeah, and
that's what I thought it was, but I guess not.
And there's like a lot of half truths to what you're saying. So day trading actually was feasible like in the 80s before computers could. But now there's too many computers out there that day patterns are it's untenable. Like the best traders out there, like professional traders, will tell you that you can only do swing trading. So swing trading is day trading, but on like a weekly or a monthly basis. You buy a position and you sell it within a week, or you buy a position, you sell it within a month. You can't buy positions in a day and then sell it in a day. Unless you use insane amount of leverage, which is borrowed money. And now, if you have an insane amount of borrowed money, right, and it goes down like $1, you're out thousands of dollars. There's this amazing video where this guy's like, I see this cool support pattern, right? Again, a support pattern on a day-by-day basis is not a support pattern. All a support pattern is when a stock or anything goes to a certain price, does it stay at that price? That's literally all a support pattern is. On a day-by-day basis, it does not matter. It actually does not matter. And so this guy is sitting there, and he's like, I see a nice candlestick chart. And I'm like, oh, he knows what a word means. That's cool. He doesn't know anything other than, like, that's what that's called. And so he sits there, and he buys the stock. And he's like, this should be going good. huge red line. And in 10 seconds, he had lost $1,500.
Guh.
Guh.
insane.
It's like guh meme.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually a perfect example. The guy who goes guh meme guy,
Yeah.
the guy who found out how to like have infinite leverage from Robinhood, who had like a 1 to 1,000 like ratio for his leverage.
Yeah.
How he ended up owing like $250,000 because all of his options expired wrong. That is what happens when you have too much leverage, and it goes. Like, it went down like $1 that day, and he had lost 58,000 in terms of like seconds.
Cue
Yeah.
the oof sound.
This is where we go back and we edit the oof sound into the podcast.
Edit in post.
Edit in
Oof.
post. Oof.
There's our sample.
That's yes.
Yes.
But day trading doesn't work because of computers. So
Okay.
the NASDAQ actually had a really interesting thing. So people were day trading with computers on the NASDAQ, but they were using fiber optic cables to get connected to it. So if your computer could process that transaction a fraction of a second than the guy next to you's computer, you could make money. So the problem was it drove the rent and the cost of real estate right next to the NASDAQ into the moon, because hedge funds wanted to be the person next to it because you were the person whose cable was the shortest to the NASDAQ.
Oh.
So the NASDAQ actually bought a huge spool. It's like a mile or two of wire that they run all of the processes through so that nobody can actually get to it first. Because it's weird. So like, I'm not entirely sure how it works. I'm not like an expert in like how nice burp.
God
How,
damn it.
Thank you.
how cables work when it comes to transferring information. But it's something like if a cable, like if you have a connection that's a foot long and you have a connection that's 2 feet long, there's a big difference. But if you have a connection that's a mile and a foot and you have a connection that's a mile and 2 feet, then there's almost no difference. That's how cables work when it
Okay.
comes to loss. It's the same thing if you're setting up a radio antenna. Anything between like 5 and like 10 feet is negligible, but every foot after that, the worst connection, which is an interesting thing that I don't think a lot of people know about. But that's why you can't day trade, is because of computers.
And now we've come full circle.
Yeah. But I forgot what I was
Just
going to talk
another-
about. Oh, Smash Bros.
Speaking of
Gone,
Smash
right?
Bros.
By the way, everybody that's listening to the podcast, this isn't just what the podcast is about. It's usually just us talking about whatever we want. So that might include Matthew or Tim going on.
Man, now you have to take a shot. Pat.
Econ rant. I'll take a shot later. Take a shot at your ass. Heyo.
Man, I've never once heard you say "heyo" outside of this podcast, and hearing you say "heyo" inside the podcast.
That's gonna be your thing. That's on the merch when we
Yeah,
God.
when we
Heyo,
have our
Heyo
own
merch.
individual
Let's
T-shirts.
go.
It's just gonna be Heyo for you.
Heyo.
Damn, I'm gonna be smarter every day. Oh, that's the
My
YouTube
t-shirt's
channel.
gonna be
Never
Yeah,
mind.
that's
I'll
copyright.
just- Damn.
You're taking the court immediately. Handcuff shackles. You would
Oh,
not
but
do
with
good in
Smash
prison.
Bros, I have been practicing
Have you
days
Lucas slash
upon days
Sonic main?
What
with
is your main,
Lucas.
and why is it your main?
It's
Lucas.
cancerous. It's
Well,
Lucas.
that's an interesting
And then the
topic.
secondary
Lucas
is like Sonic.
the way to go. I don't care
But
what
why?
people say about Lucas
I want to know why people pick the main that they pick,
because I get to push one button
but you don't.
and
though.
stand still.
But you don't though.
What are you talking about?
Like Lucas. Okay, so like Lucas compared to Ness, why do you pick one over the other? Is there a difference?
There's a
There's
difference.
a big difference.
What's the
There's a
difference?
few different differences.
What
So
are the different differences?
okay, so with
It's just
Lucas, he has a tether. So his grab, so he can grab you from a farther distance. He can do something that's called zaring, which is where
Oh
he
God.
grabs you in the air, but he's not grabbing you. He's just hitting you with his grab in the air. And then he can also use his grab to recover, which does help because, you know, Ness and Lucas have very specific recoveries. They have to do the lightning to hit themselves back onto the stage, but Lucas now has the advantage of grappling back to stage. But most people still consider Ness better.
Why?
Because his PK fire is better.
How's it better?
It sends at like a slightly different angle, and it's easier to hit.
So it's like a 1 degree difference, and they're like, yeah, that makes the character better.
But what
Yeah,
makes that
like-
different from Ness is that Ness can use his PK fire in like different directions. He can like angle it.
Yeah, that's it. He can angle it and shoot it in
Ah.
more like, yeah, different angles.
Also,
Where-
his up B is like a psycho thing or something. It's not a thunderbolt. It's like
No,
it's like a confused ray or something. I'm not sure what it is.
No, they both have the thunderbolt. It's just the
PK
neutral
Flash?
B. Yes, it's PK Flash
That's
instead
right.
of PK Ice.
PK Ice is so
All I know
broken.
is PK freeze.
Whatever,
man.
freeze. Yeah,
PK
that's what I
freeze,
mean.
yeah.
I was thinking about the
PK
name.
freeze is a gross thing. What is the most frustrating thing in Smash Bros? Donkey Kong's uppy.
Well,
it's Donkey Kong when he
Is-
hits
is
you.
that what it
When
is for
Donkey
you?
Kong hits you 10 times with those big meaty fists and that circle and that dumb circle
Well,
that
I
he
feel
makes.
like you're just not
I think it's
moving well
Bowser's
enough,
side
Matthew.
B, or whenever he does, so like he grabs you and he does a somersault and body slams you.
For
I think that's
me,
the
is
most
that-
spammed move.
You think so? More so than PK Fire? you
Yeah.
dirty, disgusting nestmate.
Look, I think everyone would forgive Lucas if he didn't say PK freeze all the
Right?
time. If they
If he just didn't announce the move,
Yeah, if the annoying
it was
little
just like a
child
fire
voice,
sound, yeah.
perspectives would change like that.
that would be the biggest buff to the character, is a different voice actor.
just no voice acting.
But somehow I would miss it
Honestly, the
because
only reason...
the
Or cut it
majority
off,
of
that's
my
fine.
the majority of me using Lucas with you guys is because we can turn the TV up loud
And
you can
hear
only
PK
hear
freeze.
PK freeze.
That's why I love Pikachu.
Something that I chose to spend my time with watching
Oh, no.
is a 28-minute long video where this guy, I don't know how he did it, but he isolated the footsteps of each character so you could hear the differences between each footsteps. And I watched the entire 28-minute video on the footsteps of Smash characters.
Dang. And you're telling me you're not willing to put 500 hours into anything just randomly? I disagree with you.
Maybe not. But the most annoying thing for me in Smash Brothers. Now, this isn't a very common thing. This is a very personal thing. But Olimar is the only character that I genuinely dislike in Smash because I don't understand the character.
People hate what they don't understand. Bring it back to cryptocurrency.
Whenever I try to use him, I have no idea how the character works. And then whenever people use him against me, I also don't know what they're doing, but I know it's good, and I know it's hard to deal with. Like, Olimar is a good character.
Is he?
Yes, he
I've
is.
never understood how to play that character.
I know, right? Like, he's good, but I don't completely understand why he's good. Now, granted, I do play a character that has a good matchup against him. I think Piranha Plant, because the poison and the Patooey just absolutely destroys the Pikmin. But if I'm not using that character, I have to... It's so annoying to deal with him. But that's just like a personal thing. I don't know why. He infuriates me.
Right, I remember playing Olimar all the time when Super Smash Brawl came out.
Brawl. I've only ever played Ultimate. That's
Is that the
game
current version?
Yeah, it's the current one. The
You
one
haven't
we
played
play.
like Melee or
No, the only other game I played that's similar is PlayStation Battle Royale All Stars.
Right
or
now.
whatever it's called. Yep, because I whenever I had the Wii, I just didn't know that Smash existed. I've never played a game before. I've never played Melee. I've never played Brawl. I've never played Smash 4.
See, I always had that similar situation because I remember I asked my dad to take me to Walmart when Brawl came out, and I was like, "Dad, can you buy me the game because it's a rated T?" And I was like, I don't know, like 10 years old at the time or whatever. So we get to the store, we look at it through the case window, and he looks at the game. Obviously, being a dad or whatever, he looks at why it's rated T.
Yeah, the T, and it's like.
And the one thing it said blood. And I think it was like fake blood or something,
Blood?
or whatever
Is
they
there
put it. It's
even
not blood.
blood?
There's like a word before blood, making it's like it's like
fake
cartoon blood or whatever.
Yeah,
Cartoon
that
violence,
stumped him for
Cartoon
whatever.
fantasy
violence.
violence.
Yeah.
Cartoon violence. And I showed him. I pulled up YouTube and I showed him like a demo of them playing the game and there's no blood, but he wouldn't get over the fact.
Oh darn.
So
Oh my God.
I got it at a late age.
Yeah.
So I couldn't enjoy it in its prime. But I remember when I did play it, I only played Icebreakers.
Ice climbers,
Icebreakers
dude. Ice
were-
climbers.
Ice climbers or
Ice,
ice
climb-
breakers?
Ice Climbers, sorry. My bad.
My man's
It's
like,
Ice
I
Climbers.
only played this one character and he gets the name wrong.
I apologize.
You should. You should also get closer to your microphone.
You are a
Do you
little
understand
far
that this
away.
microphone? Like, I'm just speaking right now, and the levels are like almost.
He can
high.
see his levels too. So
I can speak wherever I want.
I can see my power level at any given time.
Let's have another guess.
This is him.
Oh, he wants your car
Looking for
keys.
car
It's on my
keys.
Smash case.
Woo.
It's on the table. Now we have to edit this
Oh,
out.
that thing. Yeah.
Dang.
Nah, I can stay.
Dad, I told you to leave
Make
us
it
alone.
Interesting.
Get out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft.
Yeah, get the frick out of my room.
I'm playing Minecraft.
Alright, I'll have to cut that out and post at the point. Anyway.
You
Yeah,
probably
well.
should cut that part out. So, no, my problem with Smash Bros. Is the amount of effort people put into it. I love it when people put a ridiculous amount of effort into something stupid. Don't get me wrong. But the amount of effort that people put in that game makes it so that you can't play with them after a certain point.
I mean, yeah, if you're like the best in the world, it's kind of hard to play against that.
Not even the best in the world. I'm saying the difference between somebody who's played under 100 hours and somebody who's played over 500 hours almost makes the game like not fun to play. Like I can't play against Eric, who has over 500 hours in King K rule. I just
Yeah.
can't. There's just no character that I can pick that he's just not like, oh, I beat you. Like, oh, that's cool. And then he picks any character and he beats me. Like, oh,
You're at a
okay.
lower skill level.
I'm at a significantly lower skill level because of the amount of time that he's put into that game
Yes.
by comparison. Like, I can destroy Elena, who's never played the
Never
game
played the
before.
game, yeah.
But I cannot play against Eric and
I mean-
even take, like, a stock.
Yeah, that's like a college football team trying to go up
Against-
against the NFL. You know?
Yeah, well,
I mean,
no.
that's almost anything.
It's a peewee team
If
going
it's-
up against the NFL, okay?
It's just I mean, that's like the nature of like most like competitive
Games
things,
or anything that's
games,
competitive.
is that if you are more experienced or more skilled, you crush the other person, unless things like luck. But you also don't like luck-based things. You
I
only like
don't.
things that are skill-based.
I do. It's just that
But then
there's such
whenever
a
you
skill
go into a
gap.
skill-based thing and you're not more skilled,
It sucks, yeah. No, it's just a fact. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't like luck in my games because it makes it so that skill doesn't matter. The more that luck is a factor, the less that skill is a factor. And that just makes it so you can't get better at the game. And that's why I cannot stand... What is that game? What is... I'd say it's a game that's like almost entirely luck-based. Trying to think of what it's called. I can't think of it at the...
Mario Party.
No, it's Monopoly.
Monopoly?
Is completely luck-based. Because it matters
kind of is,
completely.
but yeah.
Disagree. Like, the only strategy is just buy everything. Like, if you land on it, buy it.
You can trade for specific things, and
The-
if you know
the only
what you're
time-
doing,
The only problem with that is that people don't trade.
people do not trade this.
People do not trade. Nobody's
Like
going to give
Matt.
you a good deal. Hey, I didn't trade with you because you weren't giving me good trades.
Well, I don't
He's not
want to
like
trade
a-
something where it like benefits you more than
When
it
the
would
Minecraft villager
Well,
is giving you
I'm
2
all for
potatoes
equal
for 10
trades.
emeralds,
Yeah.
Huh.
I want that to be the intro of the podcast.
just copy and paste it at the beginning.
just like layer it. I want like 100 nays
nah.
layered.
just like,
For, like, 10
world's
minutes.
smallest violin.
Like where
My-
I can't believe you went my cherry pie.
Okay.
When we are fanatics,
I know.
we are fanatics for the band
It did
AJR.
not click in my brain.
And
okay?
this simpleton decided to go my cherry pie, my sweet American pie, whatever he did,
yeah, my sweet American pie.
instead
not
of
the song.
the band that we are all obsessed with.
I understand. You know
You
what
are a
I've been
fake
seeing
fan.
a lot recently? AJR slander. I don't understand.
AJR slander?
Yeah, a lot of people hate AJR. Like
No.
they don't consider it music.
Are you kidding me?
That is
Yeah,
true.
which I
Is
feel
that
like
the thing?
Yeah,
I'm so out of the loop.
Go on YouTube, look up AGR reviews. 90%, if not more.
music critics.
hates
Which
them.
okay, music
Really?
critics are just kind of dumb anyway.
Okay, the idea that
I-
somebody understands music better
a music
than you.
critic is kind of like
is kinda
pointless.
stupid.
But then also a lot of just like normal people, just they don't see what's good about AJR, and I don't understand how they can dislike it to such an extent. Like I understand that Bang has gotten like pretty popular, and I
But it's
understand
played
maybe
too
not.
much.
It's my
liking-
least favorite AGR song.
bang.
It's one of my
least favorites. Yeah,
I love the song, but I understand that that can be a turnoff since you hear it.
It's on the radio like every 5 minutes ever since it like got popular on the radio.
But then people
I listen to the radio. I hear it every day.
Yeah, but then people go on to hate on almost every single other song.
Really?
And I can maybe understand like their first album. Like I could understand.
Don't you dare start any beef with the living room.
I love Living Room.
I grew up on the Living Room, bro.
Is that the name of the song or the album?
That's the album.
Their first album.
I thought their first album was Neo Theater.
No. Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I'm gonna have to cut that part out.
Yeah. The music before the Click album, I could see.
Wait, the album was the Click album?
Okay, let's break this down for Tim so he understands what's happening.
Yeah, I like them, but I have no idea the chronological order of music.
So they released a bunch of like songs like individually and EPs at the beginning.
Okay. Wait, why'd you say EPs? Music. What's that?
Unfinished albums.
Moving on.
Okay.
Just like a few songs at a time.
A bunch of singles and like an album.
Yeah.
Okay, what was the first album?
Then they compiled all of the ones that they kind of released separately and then released them as their album Living Room. Okay. They call it the Living Room because they made everything inside of their living room.
Is it the living room or is it just living room?
Living room.
Living room.
Got it. You said the living room.
Well, the album. I was referring to the album.
Oh,
Living
Room is in
quotation marks.
Referring to the.
And then there's is it Click or the Click? I think it's Click.
It's the Click.
The Click, yeah, that's right.
The Click Tour?
Yeah, the Click Tour. So then the second album is called The Click. And this album, honestly, nobody listened to Living Room. they made a Living Room kind of more for themselves. Barely anybody listened to it. The only song that kind of got listened to was
I'm Ready.
I'm Ready because it was like a popular rave song back then.
And, and
somewhat.
I'm Ready and maybe Infinity.
Yeah. But not a lot of people listened to them before the Click album. But the Click album got really popular because it had such amazing songs, specifically Sober Up. That was kind of like the same. Sober Up
song.
And Weak. And
that's also such a good song.
They also kind of made this not expecting to be like a super big band because before the Click, they were barely filling seats at all.
Yeah.
But then when they start to go on tour for the Click, they were selling out entire stadiums.
Damn.
That's how much that album like pushed them forward.
It was their breakout album.
Yes, their breakout album was their second album.
Okay.
And then they went on to create their third album, Neo Theater.
Got it.
Which is when they made this album, now they actually finally had expectations. Now they were finally like kind of a large band that could sell out big like amphitheaters and whatnot. And you can even tell that, you can see that in the album itself. They kind of reference that a lot. They're like, okay, well now we actually have people that we're making this album for. Now we actually have a significantly large fan base and we're feeling this pressure. And you can see that in the album. And then they just released their most recent album, Okay, Orchestra.
What the hell's an orchestra?
Orchestra. I'm sorry, I mispronounced that. Yeah.
It's like an orchard full of orca whales.
Yeah.
That would be the most terrifying orchard anybody has ever
amazing,
worked.
whatever you.
I mean, it would definitely be sort of majestic.
Yeah.
Majestic.
Orcas are pretty cool. But
I think that would make for good cover art.
Terrifying.
Cover art is
like
a bunch of trees
an orchard,
with orcas.
but with orcas around it. You know what I'm saying?
That would be good cover art if you were like a hippie band and you knew you were never going to get popular.
Right. Yeah.
That's that kind of.
That one hit wonder.
That's
the one hit. No. 0 hits. Yeah. Failure is what it should be called.
Like that person is like, I bring something new to the table.
Just
give me a listen.
Half of anybody that ever created a SoundCloud.
Anybody who's created a SoundCloud account understands what we're referring to.
They've fallen into this hole.
You've fallen into a deep SoundCloud hole.
But yeah, so
okay, so those are the albums. So people just don't like them.
Yeah,
but why? What's the critique? I don't even know.
I think they don't like them because they're just unheard of.
Oh, you just think because they're an unpopular band, people are just
like AJR. That's not a person's name. Well, they can't.
The thing is, they're starting to get more popular. That's why people are starting to hate them.
100%.
They don't.
Wait, so why do people hate them? I don't understand.
I don't completely understand either.
Nobody understands.
Because
being a person that loves them,
yeah,
I can't understand.
They're my favorite band, so I can't completely understand why they hate them. But I think they just dislike the way they produce their music.
Because it's all in a living room. It's all one laptop.
Yeah, it's made
the
mostly
podcast,
just like the podcast.
Pro Tools, and they have their very unique sound.
Well, I don't. Well, so it's like a complaint of like the quality of the music, like
Just
the sound
everything.
quality, because like
Not sound quality.
Okay, because the
just
sound
the way
quality
the
is
sound
professional.
made.
Interesting. They just don't like
The entire
music.
idea of their production.
Yeah, just the way they make music, because they don't just make it like a normal song.
Where they just go to a studio, they record for whatever hours.
Yeah, it's not just like a completely like normal mainstream.
Not saying
like,
that they've
white
never
bread.
used a studio. They might.
Yeah, and it's not like each of their album is some like indie masterpiece. Like,
But Ryan Met likes to.
But
Ryan
yeah.
and Jack do most of the music. It's mainly Ryan.
It's
that does
mainly Ryan,
all the
yeah.
stuff. Jack does the vocals. That's the thing, because you never hear Adam. Whenever they talk about the production, Adam is never mentioned.
Well, the thing is, Adam only does like the business part of it.
I get it because he's I forget what he does.
He has a
goes to college
PhD
He's a
human
PhD.
rights activist.
Yeah.
He's a human rights activist or something.
in like an econ activist.
What are you guys even econ activists?
Yeah, I think he's either
does
working
it
on
even
or he
work?
has his PhD
He's got
in
his
like
own shit to
environmental
deal
science
with.
or something like that.
Oh, so
But he still has his input in the band.
Well, he's like save the planet and whatnot.
It's boring.
It's
But he's low
because
key
the
my favorite.
Is he really?
Environment is
I love it.
He
very
never
good.
says any of
Please
the words.
protect the environment.
He says drum
I
kit.
disagree. We should not protect the environment. What has the environment done for us lately?
Matthew, I don't think cryptocurrency
the
is a real
environment's the reason
currency.
why
It
you're
means
breathing.
nothing.
I don't care what you're saying. All I care about is that trees have only ever fallen down on people's houses. Just saying. How many houses fall down on
Damn,
trees?
I guess I can't combat that critique.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm working on my PhD on non-environmental science.
Got it. You also sent like $200 of your cryptocurrency into the fucking stratosphere.
I may or may not have lost $200 of cryptocurrency into not the stratosphere, but into I don't even
the
know.
loss of internet.
I
space.
don't know where
what
it
is.
goes. I'll be honest.
Because he scanned a
So Matt
QR
has
code,
a
but he
feel
messed up the
knowing that you
QR
put
code, so it
hundreds
didn't
of
send it
dollars into
to a
nothing.
place he was
Into a
supposed to send it
box.
to.
I might have sent. It's like giving money to someone who doesn't exist. Is I think what I did.
Yeah.
That's the entire idea
this
of
is
cryptocurrency.
You just lost.
So
it
this is
all.
what happens.
It's a gamble online.
It's no.
I would like to beg to differ.
You can beg all you want. In fact, I encourage you to beg. Oh my.
Don't.
Is
No.
Patrick out
Patrick
here
is now
going
going
to
to
the
the
bathroom?
bathroom.
This is the third time Patrick's gone to the bathroom because I think he genuinely has prostate cancer. My man has to pee every 5 minutes.
So now
So-
it's just me and Matt in the recording session.
Yeah, then there were two. Well, this is when we should talk about having the bathroom microphone.
Oh, so we need a separate fund for a microphone that
That's
we're going
the
to hook
first-
up on the toilet.
That's the first Patreon goal. We don't even have a Patreon.
Oh my gosh.
That's the first money goal.
So that's the thing. We plan to have our podcast on different platforms such as Spotify. We're gonna have it on YouTube. We're gonna have a Patreon account, and we're not gonna ask for money.
I disagree. I'm going to ask for money so hard in every episode.
You're the
We
reason
should-
why we're poor.
We should start every episode saying, if you haven't paid us $1, don't even bother listening to us.
I would disagree.
That is how money hungry I am. But okay, the cryptocurrency story. So this is I know you don't like it when I talk about cryptocurrency because you're afraid about what you don't understand and you're like behind the curve. I get it. I understand. When the computer came out, people felt threatened. You feel threatened by new technology. I understand. It's like when a large man comes up next to your girl and he starts touching her. You're not going to do anything about it. I know you. I know you, the fear into your eyes. Anyway, so cryptocurrency.
I do
So
not have prostate cancer. I just drink a lot of G Fuel. Back.
You drank 1 cup of G Fuel.
I drank 2 cups of G Fuel.
This podcast is officially sponsored by J Fuel.
No. We
By J
legally cannot say we're sponsored by anybody. That we are not sponsored.
I
by
actually
Matt?
disagree.
Matt?
Who's going to sue us? J Fuel?
the FTC, Federal Trade Commission.
I don't like how you say
Why did you say
Federal Trade Commission after saying the acronym for the Federal Trade Commission?
Don't know what the FTC is.
If you don't know what the FTC is, then they deserve to not know what it is. They can Google it. Okay? I disagree with... Like, if you're teaching people something, then explaining the acronyms work. If you're just saying the acronym, people should have to look up the acronym.
Okay.
You know?
It'll encourage more people to listen.
But
if we just keep giving them the answers...
Exactly.
So
you give a man a
educate
fish.
He
You feed him for a day.
But
If you fish a man a teach,
that's not how that
you teach him a fish and eating.
That's
what I heard from
That's
my
how-
dementia-ridden grandfather. That's what he told me. I think that's
My
perfectly fine.
grandfather's dead.
That's rough, buddy.
We're going to leave that silent.
Rip.
there. I'm not going to edit that out.
Yeah.
I just wanted you all to feel bad about making fun of my dead grandfather. I have 2 dead grandfathers. Most people just have one.
I have a
You're
dead
really
great-grandfather,
beating the dead horse,
but
aren't
that's
you?
all I got.
The only thing that's dead is my grandfather.
Here we go. We're
So
back.
I've been trying to talk about cryptocurrency.
You've
Well,
talked
yeah,
about
talk about you
cryptocurrency for,
losing
like,
your
the first
cryptocurrency,
I don't-
and then we
you
can
know,
move back to AJ.
I have to. You got to take the W's with the L's.
Yes.
What happens if you take an L and then take another L backwards? A W.
And what does W stand for?
Winner.
Ethereum.
What?
It took me so long to figure out what a dub meant, but I realized dub as in W, which is like a win. It took me so long to realize that. It also took me so long to realize that it's not doggy dog world, it's dog eat dog world.
No.
You're not fucking serious.
You have to be kidding me.
Apparently that's what it is.
It's dog eat dog world. It's never been doggy dog world.
I know. I thought it was, it's a doggy dog world out
How
there.
long ago did you realize this?
When I was 17.
Yeah, like when I was like 17.
Oh shit.
Like a few years ago.
I was making fun of your
like
handicap.
Eric
ass.
told me.
So you're
Like I
actually
was like, it's a
retarded.
doggy. Like I thought it might be, like I don't know. Like in my teens, I thought maybe it's dog. Maybe it's not doggy dog. Maybe that's just what I'm hearing. And then one time Eric told me that it was dog eat dog, not doggy dog, because I thought it was a doggy dog world.
I was friends with you for like 5 or 6 years, and
Yeah.
I would unfriend you now if I wasn't
Now?
already so deep down this rabbit hole.
Yeah, you already spent 500 hours into it.
I've already spent 500. I honestly am feeling bad for you in your room temperature IQ. I love that. That's like my favorite insult. Okay, so how did I lose $200?
Yes.
So, Brave. Actually, we talked about Brave, I think, earlier. So Brave is revolutionizing the advertising space. It's pretty straightforward. So you use Brave, they don't track your information, similar to a VPN, except the ads that they do show you, you get paid for. You get paid to see the ads. You get a portion of the revenue. It makes it more fair for everybody who's dealing with the internet. Also, it blocks all ads. So if you're into YouTube, it's so nice because it blocks every single ad, and it makes me so happy. So I had it on my phone, and I wanted to transfer the tokens on my phone to an actual wallet on a laptop, because you need an actual laptop or a desktop to actually use the wallet that the cryptocurrency is stored in.
makes sense.
So one of the easy ways of doing it, well, there's 2 ways of moving money. So you can either type in the wallet address or scan a QR code. Typing in the address is like 50 digits of just random numbers, like QXL3, M, capital L, I, exclamation point.
No one wants any of that.
Nobody wants any of that nonsense. Ain't nobody got time for that. That's a meme that we should bring back.
That's not going to come back.
Yeah, that's dead.
Are
It's
you
like
telling-
people that still say Big Chungus or Ugandan Knuckles.
Are you telling me?
All right, so honestly, I wish Uganda Knuckles would come back. That's my favorite.
Are you
thing
telling
that's
me
ever
ain't nobody got time for the ain't nobody got time for meme? Is that what you're just telling me right now?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm disappointed into you guys, emotionally and spiritually.
A lot of people shit on the Ugandan Knuckles meme, and don't get me wrong.
But do you know
I
the way?
think it was good at the time, but it should absolutely stay dead. Any attempt to bring it back is cringe.
disagree with you.
I honestly love everything that everybody talks about Uganda because it's an educational meme. Cryptocurrency. God damn it. I can't even stay on
keep
this topic.
talking, man.
So, I was transferring the tokens from my phone
I need new friends.
to the laptop. I need new friends.
I need some
I need new
non-cryptocurrency friends.
I need a friend who doesn't have a room. I guess it's just a doggy dog world out
It's
there
a
when it comes to
doggy dog
friends.
world.
Doggy dog world.
So,
Honestly,
my
I like my way
cryptocurrency
better.
from my phone, in the process of moving it to my laptop, I decided scanning the QR code was the most efficient way because there's no way I could mess that up. Well, let me explain how I messed it up. So I scanned the QR code, but my mouse cursor was blocking some of the black part of the QR code, making it an invalid address or an invalid wallet address. So that means that like $200 of cryptocurrency that I had on my phone was sent to the wrong address. So either it went to an address that doesn't exist, or it went to some random Chinese government official who also uses the Brave browser. I spent $200 of my own hard-earned dollars for like a year. I've been using this browser.
Either when you scan it, there's no like okay.
No, cryptocurrency doesn't do any of that nonsense.
It's got no safeguards. It's no holds barred,
It's
baby.
really that.
Cryptocurrency is the wild west of finance. It's not bad. It's just like, you know, when the internet first started and it was really unuser friendly.
I couldn't because I wasn't born then.
Okay, you know, in history when the internet was starting and it was really unuser friendly.
I know that is.
Not a personal use of. I don't even know what I am so Gen Z that I have no idea what old computer stuff is.
I'm built different.
All right, I'm gonna.
Yeah, you're built different.
Yeah.
You're built real different. You're built special, some would say.
I'm special. Like,
You're
thank
very
you.
special.
Anyway,
I'm
So,
gonna shove the special up your ass.
It's so. Are you gonna shove the special up my ass?
Yes, I'll give
What
you
if I-
something special.
Give you some of that special sauce.
Oh yes.
some of that
Anyways,
baby
how
making
did you
gravy.
lose $200?
Oh, so I sent it to an invalid address,
Yeah.
and I've just lost so much money in cryptocurrency doing
So
that.
he sent it into the void of the
I
internet.
sent it into the
or
ether.
he gave just some random motherfucker
Either
$200.
some random old Chinese man, because that's where a lot of these cryptocurrency wallets are, just received $200 worth of BAT token, which is the name of the cryptocurrency token.
Bat token into the night.
So you
Not the
didn't
one
ta-
we
you didn't
deserve,
take that
but the
as
one
a
we
lesson
need.
to maybe stop.
No. Well, I returned $600 worth of Bitcoin into $1,200 worth of Bitcoin. And I've also turned $300 worth of Ethereum into now it's like $800 worth of Ethereum.
So are you worried that numbers are going to go down?
Well, I've already cashed out Bitcoin and I turned it into Cardano, which is a different one.
So do you risk your stuff when your numbers start going big? Do you just cash out instantly then?
No, I just let it go big if I believe in the project. Like if I believe in something, I'll put my money into it.
You also
Even knowing that it's high risk, high reward?
Well, this is going to sound stupid, but it's only risky if you sell when it goes down. Now, you might be holding a cryptocurrency that goes all the way down to $0 and you've lost everything.
Right.
But there's like, so Bitcoin went, in 2017, Bitcoin spiked to $20,000 a coin, basically 20,000. And then it crashed down to 3,000.
Yeah, it went way down.
Yeah. So if you would have bought it 20,000, you would have lost, I don't even know what the percentage of that is, right?
A lot.
So it's
You
more than
would've-
50%.
If
It's
only
more than
that is
75.
84.
You're talking 80%,
Yeah.
roughly? 80, 90%
Losing
down.
80%.
Can you imagine putting $100 into something
In like
and
a
now
few
it's only
months.
worth $20?
No.
You just see this huge red line that's a vertical 90 degree.
Yeah.
It's the perfect example of what a side of a square is in your geometry class. No, that would suck.
But
the
like
person
now it's like
well, if you would have bought it at $20,000,
$60,000.
yeah, if you would have bought it at $20,000, you would have 3 extra money at current prices at the current date of this podcast being recorded.
that is because whenever you buy like stocks or crypto, you can hold on to it because like you said, unless it just like goes down, and
Unless it
stays
goes to
down,
zero.
Yeah, they fluctuate. They go up and down.
Yeah.
So honestly, a good strategy with like stocks and investments is just to hold on to it and then
Yeah.
just hope it gets better.
Well, it's not hold on and hope it gets better.
Well,
it's you have to know
just don't
that
sell when you're obviously down and it might go back up.
it depends. So it depends on whether or not the asset has changed. That's the
I mean,
key.
yeah.
So cryptocurrencies are always going to be that coin, right? They'll get more developed, but they can't really undevelop. There could just be other cryptocurrencies that maybe are more popular than it, and then you would want to try to change it. So that's what I did with Bitcoin. So Bitcoin went up to it like doubled for me.
Yes.
The Bitcoin that I own,
It's
1,200.
going dummy right now.
It's going dummy. Bitcoin up here climbing the Himalayan mountains, just going up. What are you doing? I'm so disappointed that I asked you. I saw you moving for like 5 minutes, and I've been trying to avoid eye contact with you the entire time.
And look how well that worked out.
I'm assuming this is. Do you know what consent is?
Yes.
I disagree. Your girlfriend would disagree. Ooh, sheesh. Okay, I'm gonna stop.
Yeah.
My voice cracks. I'm actually the oldest one here, and my voice cracks. I'm disappointed in myself.
You're a smaller child. You're just like
Small
PK.
child.
You're the voice actor for
I'm the voice actor for Ness. Yes, I
Ness
understand.
and Lucas.
So, Bitcoin, I like Bitcoin, but I just saw a project that I believed in more. So that's
Yes.
when I sold out of Bitcoin, and I decided to put it in a Cardano. Because Cardano now is like $1 and like $25.30 right now. I think at the end of the year, Cardano might be $10 a coin. The money that I have in it might 10x by the end of the year. That's what we should do. That's the first episode of this podcast. We're going to hold me accountable to what I'm saying. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
$10 a coin at Cardano.
$10 a coin.
And we'll come back to this in like December. Because I think,
And see what it is.
I think summer, and maybe if it gets pushed back like fall, winter time, we'll come back and see whether or not
It's
your
changed?
boy
Okay.
has changed. That I'll keep you updated.
And then maybe we'll afford a bathroom mic.
And then we'll form with all my cryptocurrency
bathroom.
money, we can afford a bathroom mic for
me.
for Patrick's. Damn it! Now I did it.
G
For-
Fuel just goes through my
Now
system.
everyone
Okay.
has
What
made
to
a
say?
mistake.
So,
It's water
are
and
we
caffeine.
not sponsored by J Fuel?
No, because
I
it
don't think
doesn't
J Fuel is a
exist.
product. But
I
We are
understand.
not.
I understand it's not a product, so why can't we be sponsored by it?
Because if there is something out there called J Fuel, then we're fucked.
J Fuel is literally just the sweat of K-pop stars.
We are officially
I literally have made
not
it up.
sponsored by anything.
I
just to make that
have to
clear.
disagree.
Disclaimer. Do not listen to Tim.
Where do you-
He does not understand the legals.
Where do you think
On
all
this
of our
matter.
bathroom mic money is coming from, if not from Korean pop boy sweat?
I don't know.
I bet
you
you
got
don't
me
know.
there.
You
You
don't know a
got
lot
me
of things,
there.
Patrick.
like
I did
PG
think it was a
one,
doggy
bro.
dog world. You got me
It's
there.
a doggy dog world. Oh my god, the cryptocurrency is so interesting. It
So
really is.
interesting
You
that I
could
just
say.
don't want to talk about it anymore. Because
Why don't you like it? I've never understood why you don't like it. Like, we're young, and this is like, so you know how the stock
It is
market
an
was for
important
young,
topic.
like young, I use that quote. They're now boomers. But how boomers got rich through the stock market?
Yeah.
Like, this is our stock market. Like, we could take the time to become like
Or just the regular
millionaires.
stock market. But crypto's working out too.
No.
You can't just speak quietly into the microphone.
I'm speaking at a moderate volume.
I disagree.
Well, his
Okay.
normal voice is just. Oh, hey, go.
Yeah, I do have a very
His normal
low,
voice is an
monotone,
Indian
mumbly voice
rain dance chant.
that I absolutely hate to hear myself, and I
Oh,
feel
man.
bad for everybody that my sound makes contacts to their ears. But there's nothing I can do about it. So good luck with this.
Oh man, and those dogs barking sounds like a cute cue to end our really shittily made podcast.
What time are we at, Lee?
We're at 53 minutes.
We're at 53 minutes. Okay, yeah, we can stop that. Thanks for listening to us talk
Oh,
about
so
crypto.
who makes you decide that?
Yeah,
we can end?
when do you get to choose when we end?
Well, I'm not
Yeah,
choosing.
fuck you.
Yeah,
Joe.
fuck you,
You offer
Patrick.
whatever.
Hey,
Fuck you, Patrick.
Tim.
What's your
Lee.
name?
What's your name?
Pat.
Fuck you, Pat.
Hey, what's your name?
Lee.
Fuck you, Lee.
Fuck both of you guys. So done
So
with you
fucking
people.
serious. I love this podcast.
That's the sound of that's the ringing in
That
my
shit
ear.
bustin'.
It's bussin'. It's not busting.
Oh my
You
God.
doggy
No,
dog.
it's bustin'.
It's bussin'.
Yeah, that's what I said.
You said busting.
I know.
I know you know. God, I
now-
I
actually.
love our
bussin'.
energy. I love the
We-
idea of this podcast.
You know, for a first episode, I've had fun, but I've also slouched in this chair for way too long that I think my spine is about to come out of my anus.
All right, so I think that's a good.
It's a good note to end
good
on.
note-
Is
good
in
note to end
spine.
on.
That's a good
All right, so
That's
thank
fair.
you guys for listening. If you made it this far into the podcast,
All right, you guys
Yeah,
ready
thank
for the
you.
outro?
Yeah,
We've been working
baby.
on this.
All
It's
right,
going
here
to
we
take
go.
the most coordination
Okay,
we've ever had as a friend
All right,
group.
yeah, you do
Oh,
a countdown
gotta
from
channel
All right,
Three.
I'll do a
Yeah.
countdown. Countdown time. 3, 2, 1.5, half of a 1, 0.
We are
Even
guys.
guys.
And
No.
you've been here.
All right, let's do it again. Fuck you. I'm counting down. Okay.
Why did you guys give me such an important responsibility?
Anyways, okay.
It was going fine until you started doing the half seconds.
That's
Yeah.
literally what I'm referring to.
Anyways, all right. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. We have been guys, and you have been you.
See,
And-
Matthew doesn't.
You might have been you. Maybe.
All right. Well, thanks for listening.